In the silent corners of feudal Japan, where honor and duty were held as the North Star in the endless sea of human ambition, there existed a breed of warriors who thrived in the darkness. They were neither samurai nor shogun, but something far more elusive, feared, and unseen. These warriors were the ninjas. While their name might bring to mind images of men in black bodysuits scaling walls in broad daylight, it's this mystique that has allowed the legends of the ninja to flourish over the centuries. Because while some accounts of their feats may be nothing but smoke and mirrors, there's no denying they left an indelible mark on history. But who exactly were these warriors of the shadows? What was their true purpose in the grand scheme of feudal Japan? And how did they shape the course of history in ways both seen and unseen? Join us as we peel back the layers of secrecy surrounding these enigmatic figures and explore what really made them tick. 5. The origins of the Shinobi. Shinobi or ninja were covert agents who specialized in information gathering, espionage, and sabotage. They were employed by the ruling class, primarily the daimyo, who were local feudal lords, and the shogun, who were military commanders with far-reaching influence. The word ninja itself is shrouded in mystery, and there are differing opinions on its precise meaning. One theory suggests that it originated from the term shinobi, which means to sneak up on someone. Another suggests it came from the verb shinobieru, meaning to overhear. This aligns with their primary role as spies, eavesdroppers, and infiltrators. But whatever its true meaning, one thing is certain: the ninja were not your typical samurai. Unlike the samurai who followed a strict code of conduct, the ninja operated in the shadows, employing deception, trickery, and even brutality when necessary. They were the ultimate undercovers, often underestimated and overlooked, yet capable of carrying out tasks that were too risky or too discreet for the samurai. Now let's talk about their origins. Believe it or not, we don't have much concrete information about where and when the shinobi first appeared. The earliest accounts of them date back to the late 1400s and the Sengoku period, which roughly translates to the Warring States period. This was a time of political upheaval and constant warfare in Japan. It was during this era that the ninja truly came into their own, adapting to the evolving needs of the times. What we do know is that they likely emerged as a response to the need for covert operations during times of conflict. In a landscape dominated by the honorable samurai, there was a growing demand for those who could operate outside the bounds of tradition. As the samurai focused on open warfare, the ninja filled the void, specializing in stealth, subterfuge, and information gathering. The exact methods by which shinobi groups came to be is also a bit of an enigma. Historians believe they likely arose independently in various regions across Japan, each with their own unique practices and philosophies. Some theories suggest they were initially peasant farmers who turned to banditry, or were former samurai who, disillusioned with the rigid codes of conduct, sought a more pragmatic approach to survival. Regardless of their origins, they quickly found a niche in the chaotic world of feudal Japan. As the battles for supremacy raged across the land, the ninja quietly established themselves as invaluable assets to those who could afford their services. Now, before we move on, here's a quick question for you. Do you think you would have made a good ninja? Let us know in the comments section below. We're really curious to hear your thoughts. 4. Masters of disguise and infiltration. Ninja were masters of disguise, adopting various personas to blend seamlessly into different environments. They impersonated merchants, peasants, travelers, even women, depending on the situation. This skill was crucial for infiltration missions, allowing them to gather intelligence without being detected. They might pose as traveling entertainers, peddlers, or even beggars, going where they needed to go undetected and overhearing conversations of interest. Additionally, their knowledge of psychology was profound. They understood how to manipulate people's perceptions, exploiting their biases and assumptions to gain the upper hand. Whether it was making themselves appear more vulnerable than they were to elicit information from a potential victim, or seeming overly eager to help a target, thus gaining their trust, the ninja were past masters at the art of manipulation. Their ability to blend in and become whoever they needed to be made them the perfect spies, infiltrators, and saboteurs. Now let's talk about their training. The road to becoming a skilled shinobi was a long and arduous one. From childhood, they were taught the skills of stealth, evasion, and disguise, learning to move silently and strike swiftly and accurately. Discipline and focus were paramount, as were their ability to remain calm under pressure and make split-second decisions. Training involved rigorous physical exercises, mental drills, and practical applications, preparing them for the myriad of challenges they might face. Moving on, let's talk about their tools and weapons. The shinobi didn't rely solely on brute force, but were also well-versed in the use of tools and weapons. Their arsenal was diverse, ranging from simple tools like grappling hooks and lockpicks to more complex devices like smoke bombs and flash powder. These tools allowed them to infiltrate secure locations, escape tight situations, and disorient their targets. For close combat, they favored weapons that provided an advantage in stealth and surprise, such as short swords, daggers, and spears. 3. Deadly weapons of the shadows. While many associate the ninja with throwing stars or shuriken, their arsenal was actually quite diverse. Shuriken were indeed part of their repertoire, but they weren't the primary weapon of choice. Instead, they served as distractions, diversions, and psychological tools. Think of them as the ninja version of a smokescreen. When it comes to close combat, the ninja preferred weapons that allowed for swift, silent takedowns. Enter the kusarigama, a sickle and chain weapon that was not only deadly, but also suited the ninja's agility and stealth. Another favorite was the tanto, a short dagger used for quick strikes and silent takedowns. And for those daring nighttime missions, the katana, the traditional Japanese sword, was often the weapon of choice. But the ninja's prowess wasn't just in wielding these weapons, it was also in their ability to use them covertly. They were trained to throw their shuriken with pinpoint accuracy, confusing and disorienting their targets. In hand-to-hand combat, they utilized pressure point attacks, joint locks, and nerve strikes, aiming to incapacitate rather than kill. Their fighting style was less about brute force and more about calculated precision. It's important to remember that the ninja were primarily covert operatives, spies, and infiltrators. While they were certainly capable fighters, their skills were more often used in disabling opponents silently or escaping dangerous situations. 2. Legendary missions and assassinations. The ninja legacy is dotted with tales of legendary missions and assassinations, though separating fact from fiction is a challenge. One famous mission involved the rescue of a lord named Toranaga Uesugi by a ninja named Ishikawa Gammon. During the Battle of Kawanakajima between Uesugi and Takeda forces, Uesugi was nearly captured by Takeda Katsuyori. However, Ishikawa infiltrated Takeda's camp disguised as a monk and rescued Uesugi by luring Takeda's forces away. Another famous mission involved the assassination of a warlord named Hojo Ujiyasu by the ninja Hattori Hanzo. Hattori Hanzo was a ninja master who led a group of elite shinobi known as the Koga Ryu. He was renowned for his skills in infiltration, espionage, and assassination. In one notable mission, he was hired by Tokugawa Ieyasu to assassinate Hojo Ujiyasu, a rival warlord who posed a threat to Ieyasu's power. Utilizing his ninja skills, Hanzo and his team successfully infiltrated Hojo's fortress, gathered intelligence, and assassinated the target, delivering a critical blow to his enemy. This mission showcased Hattori Hanzo's strategic brilliance and the effectiveness of ninja tactics in achieving their objectives. 1. The myth versus the reality of the ninja. Despite their historical impact, much of what we know about the ninja today comes from fiction and folklore, creating a distorted image of what they were really like. Popular culture often portrays them as mysterious superheroes with supernatural abilities, but the reality was much different. For starters, the ninja weren't necessarily loners operating independently. They usually worked in teams under the guidance of a leader. Their activities were not limited to covert missions and assassinations. They also played a significant role in gathering intelligence, conducting surveillance, and spreading propaganda. Furthermore, the ninja were not immune to the ethical dilemmas of their time. They were products of feudal Japan, and while they might have been viewed as honorable by today's standards, they were often employed by the same warlords and daimyo who sanctioned brutal tactics and merciless acts. In essence, the ninja were not romanticized heroes, but pragmatic soldiers of fortune who adapted to the realities of their time. If you've enjoyed this journey through the world of the ninja, be sure to show your support. Your engagement helps bring more echoes of the past to life. Also, let us know in the comments if there's another historical figure or event you'd like us to cover next. Until then, stay tuned for more tales from history's hidden corners.